Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. I am Freha Mushtaq, student of BS Chemistry, 8th semester morning. My topic of today's discussion is types of nuclear reactors. The content that today we are going to learn are introduction to nuclear reactors, types of nuclear reactors on the basis of their use, and the detailed study of first two types of nuclear reactors, that is pressurized water reactors and boiling water reactors. We have learned in detail that what are nuclear reactors and what are their functional parts, their working. Now I am just going to redefine that nuclear reactors are the devices designed to maintain a chain reaction producing a steady flow of neutrons generated by the fission of heavy nuclei, that is uranium-235 mostly. Nuclear reactor is a device to initiate and control a sustained nuclear chain reaction. The purpose of nuclear reactors is the generation of electricity and nuclear power or nuclear products that can be used to fuel the nuclear reactors and to make the nuclear weapons. This is the simplest chain reaction that is taking place in the nuclear reactors, in which a neutron is going to strike with the uranium-235 heavy nuclei, which split up into two or more fission products with a huge amount of energy release, and with the removal of three neutrons. These neutrons are now gonna strike with upcoming uranium-235 nuclei as shown in the diagram, and the chain reaction continues. There are 6 main reactor types in use around the world. The various designs use different concentrations of uranium for fuel, different moderators to slow down the fission process, and different coolants to transfer heat. The list of these nuclear reactors is as boiling water reactors, pressurized water reactors, pressurized heavy water reactors, gas cooled reactors, light water cooled reactors, and fast breeder reactors. Let we have a brief description of all these 6 types. First of all, there is boiling water reactors. Boiling water reactors uses ordinary water as moderator and coolant. Moderators basically works by maintaining the heating process. It slows down the fast moving neutrons and efficiently control the nuclear reactors. And coolants basically works by transferring the heat energy into water, that is then converted into steam, and steam then goes to turbine, and turbine's rotational energy is used to drive the generator and electricity is produced. Fuel used is enriched uranium dioxide. What does enriched uranium means? Enriched uranium means the uranium-235 is usually present in the nature 0.7% only, and this is fissile. Uranium-235 is fissile, like it can start and sustain a nuclear reactor. The most of the abundance of uranium-238 is almost 99.3%, and the uranium-234 is only in trace amount. So the uranium-235, that is 3.5 to 4.5%, is called enriched uranium. Boiling water reactors make up 15% of reactors globally. A typical operating pressure for boiling water reactors is kept low, about 70 atm, allowing water to boil at about 285 degrees Celsius temperature. That steam is passed directly to turbine generator to produce electricity. The disadvantage of boiling water reactor is that any fuel leak might take the water radioactive, and that radioactivity would reach the turbine and the rest of loop. Let me explain the diagram now. These are the fuel elements made up of uranium dioxide. These are control rods placed vertically among the fuel rods. These control rods are made up of cadmium or boron. These absorbs the excess of neutrons to control the reaction. These fuel rods releases a huge amount of energy that heats the water. The water goes to form steam, and this steam goes to turbine which produces electricity with the help of generator. The next type is pressurized water reactors. Pressurized water reactor uses enriched uranium dioxide as fuel. Pressurized water reactor uses two loops. First one is primary loop, that is here, and the second one is secondary loop. Primary loop contains high pressure in it as compared to the secondary loop is unpressurized. The pressurized loop has a very high pressure that does not allow the water to boil at high temperature. Like at 588 Kelvin, the water does not boils in the primary loop. It goes to the secondary loop here and gives its energy by the convection to the secondary loop water that is converted into the steam, and this steam goes to turbine and the electricity is produced in this way. Water is used as moderator and coolant. The water does not flow to the turbine directly. It is sent to the pressurized primary loop, and then the primary loop water produces steam in the secondary loop which drives the turbine. The advantage is fuel leak in the core would not pass any radioactive contaminants to the turbine and condenser. Pressurized water reactor can operate at high pressure and temperature about 160 atm and about 315 degrees Celsius. Pressurized water reactors are most common type of reactor used all over the world. Next is pressurized heavy water reactor. By the name heavy water, we can easily guess that heavy water is used in this pressurized heavy water reactor instead of water. The reason is that heavy water is more efficient in slowing down the neutrons emitted from the fuel elements. Fuel used in pressurized heavy water reactor is uranium 235, uranium dioxide. Moderator and coolant is heavy water, as I discussed earlier, also known as CANDU, which stands for Canada Deuterium Uranium. It is a Canadian designed power reactor. CANDU is the most efficient of all reactors in using uranium. It uses about 15% less uranium than a pressurized water reactor for each megawatt of electricity produced. Instead of using a single large pressure vessel as in a pressurized water reactor, the fuel is contained in hundreds of pressure tubes. We can see in the diagram that these are the pressure tubes placed horizontally in which fuel elements are present. Control rods are present vertically like this to control the neutron. Any of the excess of neutron is absorbed by these control rods that are such vertically placed, and the other whole apparatus is just like pressurized water reactor containing primary loop, and this is secondary loop. The functioning is exactly same. The difference is of the placement of these pressure tubes and the coolant and moderator. Water cooled graphite moderated reactors. Water is used as coolant, graphite is used as moderator. In this type of reactor, heat is removed from the fuel by pumping water under pressure up through the channels where it is allowed to boil. Steam generated here drives electrical turbo generators. Many of the major components are located within a concrete shield to protect operators against the radioactivity of the steam. Gas-cooled reactors, also termed as Magnox reactor, as the magnesium alloy is used to encase the fuel. Uranium, natural uranium metal, is used as fuel. Graphite is used as moderator. Here by the name gas-cooled reactor, there comes something in its mind that there is some use of gas in this reactor. So gas is used as coolant. So which gas is used? Mostly helium or carbon dioxide gas is used as coolant. There are many advantages of using gas as coolant over an ordinary or heavy water. First one is that gases can be heated at very high temperature without any phase change. Second, they does not harm the apparatus or the whole steel vessel without any corrosion, as water causes corrosion, but carbon dioxide does not harms any apparatus. So carbon dioxide is used as coolant. Whole assembly is cooled by the blowing carbon dioxide gas past the fuel cans, which are specially designed to enhance heat transfer. The hot gas then converts water to steam in a steam generator. Here in the diagram we can see that the steam is generated in these coils or in these rods, and the carbon dioxide is present as coolant in this environment, and fuel elements are present here with the control rods vertically placed among these fuel elements, and concrete pressure vessel is all around, and these are graphite moderators to moderate or slow down the speed of neutrons. They can have a high thermal efficiency compared with the pressurized water reactors due to high operating temperatures. Fast breeder reactors is the last type of nuclear reactor. It uses plutonium dioxide and uranium dioxide as fuel. Moderator is none. Why? Why we don't use any moderator in fast breeder reactors? By the word fast, it means that it uses fast moving neutrons in it. So if we need fast moving neutrons, then we don't need to moderate it. So moderator is absent in fast breeder reactors. Coolant is liquid sodium. Fast breeder reactors use fast neutrons to convert materials such as uranium 238 and thorium 232 into fissile materials such as plutonium, which can be used to fuel the reactor afterwards. In the diagram we can see that this is the core which contains fuel elements, and the control rods are present in it, and the sodium hot molten sodium is used as coolant. The primary loop is here, which contains hot or liquid sodium at high pressure at high temperature, which is indirectly heating the water in these coil in the secondary loop, which goes to turbine in the form of steam, and the rotational energy of turbine is converted with the help of generator into electricity. The water is recondensed or condensed with the help of condenser and pumped into secondary loop again. All the types of nuclear reactors has been combined in this table here. The types of reactors are under some major head. First one is light water reactors, which include boiling water reactors and pressurized water reactors. Then comes pressurized heavy water reactors. Then graphite moderated reactors include gas cooled and water cooled reactors. In the last is fast breeder reactors, include liquid metal fast breeder reactors. Each type has been explained by the purpose of their use, that why they are used to produce which products, and the type of coolant and moderator and fuel. Like boiling water reactors, purpose of their use is production of electricity, and the water is used as coolant and moderator, and uranium dioxide is used as fuel. Pressurized water reactor is used to make electricity and nuclear powered ships. In US, water is used as moderator and coolant, and fuel is uranium dioxide. Pressurized heavy water reactors are used to produce electricity and plutonium. Plutonium is a fissile that it is used to start and sustain the nuclear reactors and to make the nuclear weapons as well. Heavy water deuterium dioxide is used as coolant and moderator in this, and fuel is uranium dioxide or uranium metal. In gas cooled, The purpose is as above: electricity and plutonium production. Gas, that is carbon dioxide or helium, is used as coolant, and graphite is used to slow down the neutron as moderator. Uranium dicarbide or uranium metal is used as fuel. In water cooled, the purpose is electricity and plutonium production. Water is used as coolant. Graphite is used as moderator. Uranium dioxide or uranium metal is used as fuel. In fast breeder reactor, liquid metal fast breeder reactors, electricity and plutonium production is the purpose, and molten or liquid sodium is used as coolant, and no moderator is required over here because we need fast moving neutrons, and plutonium dioxide and uranium dioxide in different arrangements are used as fuel. Boiling water reactors, now we are going to explain it in detail. Fuel elements: enriched uranium 235 is used as fuel, comprising 19 to 100 fuel rods in an assembly. 750 assemblies are present in a large reactor. Moderator: medium which reduces the velocity of fast neutrons. Ordinary water is used as its neutron moderator. Control the fission rate of uranium, composed of boron, cadmium, silver or indium. Absorbs neutron. The excess of neutron is absorbed by control rod, used to reduce fissioning or shutdown. Boiling water reactors uses control system to control the reactor power by two methods. First is by inserting or withdrawing control rods. Control rods are withdrawn, neutron absorption decreases, that increases the reactor power. Control rods are when inserted, the neutron absorption increases and the reactor power goes on decreasing. The second method is by changing the water flow through the reactor core. Flow of water through the reactor core is increased. The neutron moderation or slowing down process increases. Most neutrons are slowed down and the reactor power increases. Flow of neutrons is decreased. When the flow of water through the core is decreased, the water in the core decreases, so the reactor power decreases. This is the whole simple diagram showing the boiling water reactor. Here is the reaction vessel that have control rods in it, and the fuel elements placed. The water is present in as coolant and moderator in it, that heated from here goes to form steam, and steam goes to turbine, and turbine uses its rotational energy to produce electricity with the help of generator, and the water from the turbine is condensed by the condenser. Steam from the turbine is condensed by the condenser and is pumped into the reaction vessel again. This is the simple video that you can play from the PDF or PowerPoint that is given. It cannot be played here. The advantages of boiling water reactor is that the direct cycle simplifies the heat exchange system more simple with fewer components. Components operate at low pressure, no separate steam generator or no pressure vessel, do not become brittle with age, and operate using natural circulation. Pumps are eliminated entirely. Disadvantages are high radiation level at the turbine due to carryover activity from the core or the fuel elements, complex managing consumption of fuel, contamination of turbine, radiation level arise from the steam entering. The second type is explained here is pressurized water reactor. Fuel elements are enriched with uranium dioxide. Fuel assemblies of 200 to 300 rods vertically arranged are used, and large reactors have about 150 to 250 such assemblies with 80 to 100 tons of uranium. Refueling is 18 to 24 month cycle. Moderator is used to sustain or moderate the chain reaction, or new water is used here. Water absorbs many neutrons, uranium enrichment necessary to operate. Pressurizer is used. Pressure in the primary circuit is maintained by a pressurizer. Separate vessel connects to the primary circuit and the pressure is maintained at 150 atmospheric pressure. The coolant water enters through the bottom of the reactor core at about 548 Kelvin. Heated as it flows upward up to 588 Kelvin. This is very high temperature. Water remains liquid because we have applied 150 atm pressure. At high pressure, it does not allow the water to boil at high temperature. Shielding to provide sufficient radiation protection consists of barriers of lead, concrete or water. Most commonly concrete is used to prevent the leakage of neutrons. The secondary circuit is under less pressure and the water here boils in the heat exchangers, which are thus steam generators. The steam drives the turbine to produce electricity and is then condensed and returned to heat exchangers in contact with the primary circuit. This video will be played in PDF or PPT form. Here is the simple diagram showing pressurized water reactor. This is the primary loop and this is the secondary loop. Primary loop is pressurized water loop and secondary loop is unpressurized loop. The fuel elements heats up the water in the primary loop that goes to give its heat into secondary loop by convection process. The water in secondary loop is transferred to form steam. This steam goes to turbine and turbine uses its rotational energy to produce electricity with the help of generators. And this is the process diagram that shows the flow of water. Advantages of pressurized water reactor is much fewer control rods are required in a pressurized water reactor. In fact, for a typical 1000 megawatt plant, just around 5 dozen control rods are sufficient. Two circuits are independent of each other like primary loop and secondary loop. It makes it very easy for the maintenance staff to inspect the components of the secondary circuit without having to shut down the power plant entirely. No contamination in secondary loop by radioactive material. Pressurized water reactors reactions are very stable. Drawbacks of pressurized water reactor is that the primary circuit consists of high temperature, high pressure water which accelerates corrosion of the apparatus or steel vessel. This means that the vessel should be constructed of very strong materials such as stainless steel, which adds to construction cost of pressurized water reactor. Like if we are using stainless steel, then there would be less corrosion. Instead, if we are using some other metal, then it would be destroyed with the passage of time due to high temperature and pressure and in the presence of water. Pressurized water reactor fuel charging requires the plant to be shut down, and this certainly requires a long time period in order of a few couple of months. In comparison to other types, requirement of more elaborate safety devices, thermodynamic efficiency of this plant is low, about 20% due to low pressure in the secondary circuit. These are the references that are used to collect the data and for adding in my explanations. If you want, you can visit these sites. Thank you so much. Jazakallah. If any of the questions you may ask in the comment section below, they are warmly welcomed. Allah Hafiz.